going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
very much a traditionalist. I like staying with the dollar. You know that from when I was there. It's make the dollar the choice. I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So like I told you, I definitely see a big pullback in the first quarter. Then the master magician set up a distraction so the Fed can cut rates, and then we move up. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
Now, we had Bitcoin and crypto dumping, and we had Bitcoin a flash crash to 8,900 on BitMEX. And guys, do you remember those days? Now, of course, on CNBC, what are they talking about, guys? We got Jim Cramer interviewing NVIDIA's CEO. Not talking about the Bank of Japan, not talking about the Fed. We own NVIDIA, and then we know the masses are going to be focused on March Madness. But Japan now gives us a timeline. I'm going to get into that later, but remember the Cryptoteacher told you. And guys, we have the casino remains open. We have nearly 100 million wagered on U.S. presidential election on Poly Market. And like I told you guys, over these next 3 to 5 years, it's going to be like you're in a movie. But especially this year, guys, we know this is election year and we got the drums are beating. It's definitely going to be a movie. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates down, and we know that yield rates should be spiking up. After the Bank of Japan decision, the 10-year definitely should be over 5. But, guys, we know the manipulation is in. But we have the dollar up, we have volume and crypto up, and we have Tether and USDC, and we have Tether gets delisted on crypto exchange OKEX for EU users. And guys, we know what does that do? That hurts liquidity. We know the Tether movie is right around the corner. And then we have Cardano, which officially launched their stablecoin on the 17th. To institutions, but will be available to the public next month. And then, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $440 billion, and we know Jerome Powell is in the house tomorrow. You know I'm going to bring you that video, and Wednesday and Thursday I'll be bringing Patreon videos. This is very, very important. And then, of course, guys, we had the Bank of Japan finally get off that zero. 17 years at 0%. 8 years at negative. And don't forget that Japan still owns a lot of the United States debt. We know China and Russia has been dumping U.S. treasuries. But now that Japan has made the move, now we can start doing an actual timeline. I don't think they're going to do anything next month, but we know the wheels are turning for the United States dollar to end. We're going into a level playing field. That's the whole point of these digital currencies. The word stablecoin is not used for any reason. We see all the fiats that are dying. Stablecoins are going to replace it, and people are going to run into stablecoins. We already see the examples around the globe. They're running into these stablecoins because their fiat is no longer holding its value. But we know the central banks are going to let them run into those stablecoins, but they're going to attach those stable coins to CBDCs. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because CBDCs are programmable, telling you what, where, and when and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend, or poof, it's gone. And then plus their own blockchain, giving the NWO the all-seeing eye. They can see everything you're purchasing, so they know you better than you know yourself. And all that's a setup for the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin spot ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale, all down, of course. And we have Grayscale GPTC Bitcoin spot ETF sees a record 642 million daily outflows. And we have the Grayscale CEO says the Bitcoin ETF fees will drop over time. And guys, Grayscale could have started off at 0 and got even more business. But we look at the outflows of Grayscale, we see the same amount of inflows in BlackRock. So that means there's a plan. That's the reason why it's so important to actually look at the numbers. Now we have Galaxy Digital to introduce exchange-traded products in Europe in a matter of weeks. And we see the same legacy products just being moved over to crypto. We know that's all a gateway for tokenization, like Larry Fink stated. And then we have Fidelity add staking to the Ethereum ETF application. And guys, what do I teach? I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research, but you definitely want to follow the money if that gets approved. Now we have Southeast Asia Super App Grab offers crypto payment options in Singapore. And guys, we know that's all about adoption. And we have Aave Gachi to launch Layer 3 rollups using Base for settlement in Q2 of 2024. And again, guys, follow the money. We know DeFi is definitely the new banking. And guys, the movie continues. We have Binance's CZ announces an educational project involving NFTs. And guys, if I'm in the position of CZ, this is the last thing I'm thinking about. Now we have Citi and Brazilian Development Bank joins Hyperledger Foundation. And we know the big banks and big corporations have been funding crypto from the beginning. They get to pick the winners and losers. And then lastly, guys, we have the world's largest pension fund, Japan's government pension investment fund, explores diversifying into Bitcoin. And guys, never forget that Japan leaders were brought to San Francisco to plan out the fourth industrial revolution. And you know I bring it from the horse's mouth. He said robots, algorithms, and drones. And we know the emerging markets have been the testing grounds for all this technology. And now you're going to witness the machine takeover replace humanity in the workforce. And that's why it's so important for you to understand the technology. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. Not because it's not there, because they reject it. If the technology is coming, that means you need to understand it. So therefore, you don't fall for the devil's tricks. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.